Hello, Richard Morden and my friend Wendy Ratele. We're back at it again. We're talking about structures in our family, home, and environment, and where we come from as adults of this situation. We each came from an environment. We're going to call it a structure. The home, the system, the environment that your parents created for you, that you grew up with, and now you have carried it forward. And as Wendy has said, now that you've retired and now the other distractions aren't there, it's just you two. Sometimes we realize there's a lot of things that we were not able to deal or see before have become apparent and very much irritating each other. And we want to look at this as not attacking each other, but what is the structure that we have been carrying all along that has now become so visible?
Yeah. So while you're sitting across from that person at breakfast one morning and going, I'm going to strangle you.
Yep.
Or you've just walked by another open cupboard. It's like, you can't just close that. It's those little things that when life was insane and you were raising kids and you had a job and he had a job and there was everything going on that you didn't look at, you didn't even think about. And now the time has come to just enjoy yourselves. It's like, uh-oh, help. I have to talk to you again. There was a reason you went to work every morning. I can remember years ago when Dave broke his leg and he was home for the better part of a year. And I could commiserate with my mom, who all of her girlfriends' husbands were retiring. And they're going, he's driving me nuts. He's home. I just don't know what to do with him. And of course, a lot of them came from the generation where they were home. So they ruled those houses.
Yep.
And he was invading. So here I am in my mid-30s with a husband who's home all the time and has his opinions and everything else on what has to happen. So I've tackled it before, and it's a little easier this time. But if we can clear what's behind some of it, because we come from such different environments. We all do. So, do you want to run some time sweeps and just see what we can do here?
Yes, because we don't want to make this personal, even though it is, by
That's right.
trying to dismantle the other person, saying they're not doing this and this is when I'm getting upset because they. We don't want this. We want to look at, again, the energy behind them and behind us in our behavior, how we're interacting in our life. And we can go long and deep on all the nuances and signals there, but just we want to look at the energy behind each person and the home environments they had and work on that and see what happens. Bring in the team. Open up time sheets of the structure of our home environments for each of us in this encounter that we're having this experience as couples. And now we're finding ourselves in the same space 24/7, and there's all kinds of friction, all kinds of disturbances. Suddenly there's no peace. And each one, because there's no escape, we've had to modify our routines, and there's someone in our space, and they're saying the same thing about you. So open all time sheets of this coagulated space that we're suddenly in, trying to share, trying to cooperate, and all the friction that has suddenly appeared and now causing us to feel resentment and all types of burdens. Open all time sheets of this energy right now that has been combined into this home environment and now seems accelerated. Open, clear, delete, destroy, eradicate, obliterate. Now, open all time sheets of this funneled energy that ran as separate channels before our room. Maybe both of you had careers working at home or out of home, but you're able to channel together in sequences to make things work raising children. But now, because it's full time, suddenly there's no break in the energy flow. And it's constantly funneling into the one space, the one environment, whether it's your home, an apartment. Open all time sheets of this combined funnel energy that is now has no other outlet but to channel through both of you into the same environment. Open, clear, delete, destroy, eradicate, obliterate. Now,
So let's look at that energy a little bit further. So we've got all of this energy that's being collected. And I want to imagine that we've taken all this energy and we're going to take it and we're going to put it all into a great big ball on the kitchen table. And we're going to let the energy run through us and run through each of us, through any of the kids or any of the other influences that are in the home. And we're going to let it build and grow and just let it simmer. Should have put it on the stove. We're going to put it on the kitchen table and we let it grow. And we're going to let it grow. We're going to take everything that we can and we're going to bring up all of the stuff that has been downloaded to us that we've adopted through our lifetimes about the would and should and how things are supposed to be done and the frustration that we're feeling. And I want to take it and just pile it in. And that ball is going to get big and glow and just vibrate with all of those energies. And as it gets to a point where it's going to collapse that table, we're going to ask one of our team, several of our team, to come and just lift it. And they're going to take it and they're going to lift it. And they're going to take it wherever they need to so that they can safely, easily, and effortlessly disperse that energy. So it becomes so big and so broad that it doesn't have a holding point any longer. We're going to send that energy out into the ethers, into the universe, recycle it, cleanse it, and just have it move on. Now, and in its place, we're going to ask that the energies around the house, there's an energy that is around the house. It's the energy of that love, that initial attraction, that beauty and brilliance that you saw in each other, that is individually each of you and is your story collectively, just the two of you. We're going to ask that that energy is reintroduced into the home, into the structure, into the walls, and that it can tingle and just be there and just gently grow within the walls of that home and infuse the participants, the people that live in that house, like that comfort, that great big hug that hasn't been there for a while. And that remembrance of all that was and all that can be again. We're going to let that simmer now. Whew, my hands are tingling.
And this is real world testing as you and Dave are going through this where you're both at home now. So you'll be able to see the results of this and where we can refine this because I think so many people are in this situation. Not only that, sometimes multiple families or generations are in a home due to all kinds of things. We can offer this energy process for because then it's not about resenting your home, it's being able to make it a very livable, cohesive space without having to do a whole lot of personal work with everybody. We create the energy environment for connection and support and safety through the structure, not through the persons.
Exactly. And I mean, it completely takes the element of the blame game right out of it.
Yeah. Yeah.
That the he said, she said is gone.
Right.
And that is beautiful and brilliant because that doesn't serve anybody. Whew. So good work, my friend.
Thank you. All right. We're going to do this again next week.
Sounds good.